Hello, and thank you for your interest in Snohomish County's Comprehensive Plan Update. This short presentation will provide background information and context, but the real goal is to get your input and feedback in this planning process. We would like to hear what your vision is for Snohomish County in 2044. Once updated, the Comprehensive Plan will cover the period of 2024 to 2044. The Comprehensive Plan is a visioning document that meets state, regional, and countywide directives and expresses community priorities for a 20-year period. The Comprehensive Plan establishes goals and policies that guide growth and development to existing urban areas while protecting natural areas, farmlands, and resource lands. Perhaps a comprehensive plan might be unfamiliar. In essence, the state requires counties and cities to plan for and accommodate existing and new populations. Prior to the 1990s, Washington state was growing rapidly and losing agricultural, resource, and forest areas at an alarming pace. Throughout the state, development was occurring without adequate and funded infrastructure such as roads, schools, and water and wastewater facilities. The state passed the Growth Management Act to ensure that development and growth are planned for in a more thoughtful and fiscally responsible manner that preserves farmlands, forests, and rural areas and directs most of the growth to cities and existing urban areas. To ensure that cities and counties are planning accordingly, the Growth Management Act requires adoption of comprehensive plans that are consistent with state and federal laws such as the Clean Water Act and Endangered Species Act, and include updated population and employment forecasts, provide for early and continuous public participation, and contain specific topical elements and maps. The Snohomish County Comprehensive Plan includes the following topical elements: land use, transportation, parks and recreation, housing, capital facilities, natural environment, economic development, and countywide topics. The Snohomish County Comprehensive Plan only applies to the unincorporated areas of the county. Cities and tribes have their own plans. However, there is a high level of collaboration between the county, cities, and tribes on regional and countywide issues, including watershed planning, economic development, and transportation funding. The light brown color represents the unincorporated portions of the county for which this Snohomish County Comprehensive Plan applies, omitting cities, towns, tribes, and national forest land. So, why are we updating the county's comprehensive plan? The state requires periodic updates approximately every 8 to 10 years to reflect new laws or priorities such as new population and employment projections for the county, and emerging issues like climate change and access to broadband. A lot has changed since the last update in 2015. But how does the 2024 update impact me? The comprehensive plan plays a role in daily life activities and overall quality of life. The county's comprehensive plan affects how we commute, our housing choices, ensuring our schools and higher education opportunities, where we recreate, and our access to local food products. What's important to you? What's your vision for the future? The comprehensive plan includes visionary statements identified as goals, with policies and objectives that are implemented through regulations, plans, and programs. In sum, the comprehensive plan is a plan to guide the county in a 20-year time frame. This chart provides some examples for how these goals, objectives, and policies become impactful to quality of life. For example, a housing goal in the comprehensive plan states, ensure that a broad range of housing types and affordability levels is available in urban and rural areas, and an implementing regulation would allow for multifamily housing or townhouses in an urban residential zone. This might impact residents seeking to enter into home ownership, and a townhouse might provide an option for entry-level home ownership. Regulations address zoning, which provides predictability about how your neighborhood will develop. Now that we've learned a little more about the comprehensive plan, let's take a quick look at how the county as a whole has developed and evolved. The comprehensive plan is a part of this story. Taking a glance back, Snohomish County has roots in forestry, agriculture, and working waterways. Transportation, infrastructure, and development were intricately linked. The natural areas provide both economic and recreational opportunities. Snohomish County today looks a lot different from the past, but some things remain the same. how we get around, how we move goods and provide services on our roads and waterways, our working lands, development pressure, and of course, our very scenic landscapes. Snohomish County today reveals distinct land uses between urban areas of development and rural and resource lands, different approaches for housing developments, established parks and open space and investments in existing and new industrial and commercial enterprises, all set within that very scenic and beautiful landscape that makes living, working, and recreating in Snohomish County a great experience. Vision 2050 was developed by the Puget Sound Regional Council through a collaborative effort by elected officials and representatives from counties, cities, tribes, and service agencies in King, Pierce, Snohomish, and Kitsap counties. Vision 2050 is a shared vision for the central Puget Sound toward a sustainable and more equitable future aimed at strengthening economic, social, and environmental resiliency while improving our ability to address challenges regarding climate change and unmet housing needs. All the elements of the county's comprehensive plan need to be aligned with a regional growth strategy that focuses growth into cities and existing urban areas and limits growth in the rural areas. The idea is to grow in areas where infrastructure and services can be provided in an efficient manner, in particular, areas served by high-capacity transit such as light rail, community transit, and sound transit routes. Considering the regional vision, what's your vision for the county? What are your priorities? In considering your vision for Snohomish County in 2044, let's look at how the county has changed since the last comprehensive plan update in 2015 and the opportunities and challenges we face. The region's population and job numbers have grown significantly. Vision 2050 forecasts 1.8 million more residents and 1.2 million more jobs will be in the Puget Sound region by 2050. The countywide population is estimated to grow by roughly 308,000 people between 2020 and 2044. Based on the regional growth strategy, most of that growth will be directed to cities and urban growth areas in the county. Urban growth areas are areas of higher density that are in cities and unincorporated areas. Countywide changes include passenger service to Payne Field. There have been many changes to the landscape of our region and our geographical county since the last 2015 Comprehensive Plan update. Since then, commercial flights are beginning to take off at Payne Field. Since 2015, the county has experienced various lifestyle changes and trends. There have been dramatic shifts in how we conduct business. There are more opportunities for online shopping, in addition to the traditional stores where we can browse in person. Light rail investments are being realized, and we will have service from Linwood to Everett by the mid-2030s. The Community Transit Green Line was built, and the Orange Line was planned. Roads and infrastructure are being redesigned to accommodate multimodal transportation. We have experienced increasing effects from climate change, such as wildfires, droughts, and heat waves. We experienced a global pandemic and have been responding and coordinating with communities across the region. The pandemic has increased our reliance on the internet for conducting business, attending school, engaging civically, and shopping. Given all that has transpired and changes to how and where we work, live, and recreate, looking forward to 2044 presents unique opportunities and challenges, but we have the opportunity to plan for our future. Our comprehensive plan sets the framework for the next 20 years. It will ensure that we will have the roads, water, transportation, and parks that we need. Your input on these issues matter. As a county, we have a lot to offer and have so many great things happening. It is a pivotal time for us to write our own script. Here's how we have come together and how we can affect our future. The following visioning questions help guide us in our look to the future. As we ask these questions ourselves, we hope to hear from you on your thoughts. What do you love about Snohomish County? What concerns do you have about the county's future, the future of our community or neighborhood? What kind of community would you like to see in 2044? Knowing all the things that have changed, what do you think is important to protect? Knowing that our future is likely to be very different, what do we want to change, improve, enhance? How can you further participate in the planning process? You can engage in our outreach events and surveys, sign up for our email list and newsletter to stay informed of upcoming public meetings. Tell us your thoughts, your concerns, your vision for 2044 for Snohomish County. Your feedback matters. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to hearing from you.